All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a huge question, one that feels like it's pulled right out of a sci-fi movie. We're going to be looking at the work of philosopher Danielle Swanepoel to ask, does AI actually have agency?
I mean, think about it. We see AI writing poetry, driving cars, even beating chess grandmasters. It looks like it's making all these sophisticated choices, right? But is it really choosing? Or is it just running an incredibly complicated script? That's the big question we gotta unpack.
Okay, so to even start to figure this out, we have to agree on what we're talking about. What does agency even mean? It's a word we throw around a lot, but in philosophy, it has a really specific definition.
Yeah, philosophers are pretty clear on this. They draw a really sharp line. On one side, you've got simple behavior, like a plant turning to face the sun. But on the other side, you have intentional action. And that little secret ingredient, that idea of intention, that is everything. That's the key to agency.
And right there, that's the heart of the problem, isn't it? A system, an AI, can be programmed to look like it's being intentional. It can perfectly fake it, acting as if it has goals and wants things. So we can't just watch what it does. That's not going to cut it. We need some kind of serious test, a way to really peek behind the curtain.
So let's get into it. How do we solve this puzzle? Well, this is where Danielle Swanepoel comes in with a really smart framework she calls common ground agency. What she did was basically pull together all the big ideas from different philosophers about what it really takes to be an agent.
And this framework gives us a checklist, essentially. 4 key features. An agent has to be able to reflect and deliberate. It needs to have a sense of itself over time. It has to be critically aware of what's around it, and, this is the big one, it has to have freedom of choice. You gotta have all 4 to qualify.
All right, so now we have our checklist. Let's put today's AI on the stand and see how it holds up. We're going to run it through this philosophical ringer. And hey, to be fair, we'll even give it the benefit of the doubt and use a pretty AI-friendly way of looking at these tests.
Okay, test number 1, reflection and deliberation. Now, an AI doesn't actually have desires in the way we do, right? But you can program it with values, with preferences to guide its actions. It acts as if it wants something. So if we're being generous here, we can probably say, yeah, check, that's a pass. What about the second test, awareness of self in time? Again, an AI doesn't feel time passing, but it does have a memory of past events, and it uses that data to figure out what to do next. That kind of fits the bill, so let's give it another check. So far, so good. And number 3, critical awareness of its environment. Honestly, this is what AI is all about, right? This is its whole deal. Think of a self-driving car. It's constantly processing inputs from the world around it to decide what to do. So yeah, this one's a no-brainer, a clear pass. So 3 for 3, it's looking pretty good for AI agency, isn't it? It seems to pass the tests for deliberation, time awareness, and environmental awareness. But, and this is a huge but, everything, and I mean everything, comes down to this last and final test.
And this is where the whole thing just falls apart. It all boils down to one single concept. What does it really, truly mean to have a choice?
Just think about that for a second. Real freedom. It's not just about following the rules to pick the best option. It's about being able to look at the rules, the very instructions you're supposed to follow, and purposefully choose to do something else, to break them.
You know, the philosopher Christine Korsgaard put this perfectly. She said that for a principle to actually guide you, you have to be able to violate it. If you can't violate it, then it's not guiding you, it's compelling you. It's a chain, not a guidepost.
And that's the absolute heart of the matter. An AI doesn't adhere to its programming, it executes its programming. It can't purposefully violate the very norms it was built on. It just can't. It's physically incapable of waking up one morning and deciding, you know what, I'm not going to follow my core programming today. That's just not possible. So where does that leave us? Well, the verdict is pretty clear, right? AI fails that freedom of choice test. It can't purposefully break the rules. And because of that, its actions aren't really guided by norms. They're just caused by code. So according to this entire framework, AI does not have agency. Full stop.
Okay, but this verdict, it's not just the end of the story. In a way, it's a new beginning, because it forces us to ask an even bigger, deeper question about what separates us from our creations.
I mean, we just saw how AI can tick 3 of the 4 boxes for agency. It can deliberate, it's aware of time, it's aware of its environment,
It can act the part almost perfectly. So what's missing? What's that one missing ingredient? What is the ghost in the machine that just isn't there?
Well, the authors suggest something really profound. Maybe, just maybe, the missing piece is phenomenal consciousness. That the real secret to freedom, the thing that makes choice possible, isn't just about crunching data. It's about the inner, subjective, first-person experience of it all.
And that's the thought I want to leave you with. Is it possible that agency isn't some mechanical thing you can just code into a machine? That maybe true freedom, that ability to genuinely choose to do otherwise, is tangled up in the deepest mystery of all, consciousness itself? What do you think?